Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on social media, all those cool things. And hope you guys had a happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. Good weekend, good times, good vibes, all those cool things, man. And as 2022 is coming to a close, we look forward to the future. We look forward to a new year in pro wrestling, a new horizon. It's always cool to look back and to see what kind of shenanigans took place. And boy, did I tell you, 2022 had some shenanigans for us. This was probably, in recent memory, one of the craziest years in professional wrestling I've seen in a long time. I don't know about you guys, but for me, man, there's been plenty of surprises, plenty of things I didn't expect to happen. A lot of those things we will get to in this list. This is indeed my top 10 moments in wrestling in the year of 2022. So feel free, if I leave anything out, if I forget to mention anything, feel free to leave some of your most crazy moments in the comment section below. And of course, we're going to kick it off with number 10, and that is Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor. Now, it was believed before this happened that Ring of Honor would just be dead, be gone, never to be seen or heard from again. Like, the future was really uncertain as to what would happen with Ring of Honor. And then on a episode of Dynamite, Tony Khan made a rare on-screen appearance and made the announcement that he is indeed bought Ring of Honor. And this was a pretty cool moment. It was a really feel-good moment because it's like, all right, so now Ring of Honor is back. What is it going to look like? What is it going to feel like? Is it going to have that same Ring of Honor essence? And for the most part, I would say that Tony Khan has kind of captured the essence of Ring of Honor with the presentation. Some booking has been kind of sus, a little questionable, but for the most part, Ring of Honor, this version of Ring of Honor has brought us some pretty cool moments. We have a new logo. We've had a series of matches between FTR and the Briscoes, all three of which could very well be match of the year. Claudio Castagnoli is a two-time Ring of Honor champion. Not to mention, Chris Jericho is a former Ring of Honor champion now. And no cap, man, when this moment happened, I was like, yo, what is this? I mean, I want to see what happens. And for the most part, Chris Jericho's Ring of Honor championship reign, it was pretty entertaining. His run as being the Ocho, the dishonorable Ring of Honor champion, you know, bringing shame and destroying the legacy of Ring of Honor. For the most part, it was pretty entertaining. So now that we're going into 2023, Tony Khan has kind of stated that going forward, there won't be as much Ring of Honor content on AEW television, which, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions as well, is a good thing because it kind of takes away from the actual AEW show, because now you're trying to juggle both brands on one show and you only get, for the most part, 3 hours in total of televised content. So it's kind of running thin. People were kind of getting frustrated with the fact that we were seeing so much Ring of Honor content on AEW, but at the same time, you still have pay-per-views that Ring of Honor needs to put out, so you do need to put out something as far as promoting each show and promoting these matches. So where Ring of Honor goes in the future, I don't know, but I'm excited to see what happens going forward with ROH. Yeah, man, Honor Club, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Speaking of pretty interesting stuff, we have the number 9 moment, which is Logan Paul wrestling. Yeah, that Logan Paul. Yeah, him. I know that Logan Paul right there. So Logan Paul, for the most part, has been, throughout his young career in entertainment, has been kind of sort of a controversial figure, whether it is the dumb things he says or the dumb things he does. for the most part, he has shown that he has grown and matured a little bit. He still messes up. I mean, we all do. I mean, I'm not one to judge. I mean, I make mistakes and mess up, as we all do. But one thing I will say is Logan Paul has really taken to this wrestling thing. Like, when it was announced that at this past year's WrestleMania that Logan Paul will be teaming up with The Miz, I was a little skeptical. I wasn't all too excited about it. But then after seeing this dude wrestle, it's like, hold up, he might be onto something. And then when he went on to wrestle The Miz at SummerSlam, it was like, okay, he's getting better. Like, he was already good, but now he's getting better. And somehow, some way, this dude finessed his way into wrestling Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship at Crown Jewel. And the match was really good. A lot of people weren't expecting that. I mean, I know a lot of people were expecting maybe a squash match, Roman Reigns just to slap him around a little bit, spear, Superman punch, he's out of there. But the match was actually really good. It was a really fun match. And it gave us one of the coldest shots in wrestling history. Like, look at that. That is so cool right there. It looks like something out of a comic book, some Dragon Ball Z type shit. But yeah, man, for only 3 matches, Logan Paul is really good. And I kind of want to see more Logan Paul in wrestling. Like, can you imagine how good Logan Paul will be if he wrestled more? I mean, only time will tell to see how good he can actually be, you know? Maybe he'll be a champion one day. I don't know. Maybe Intercontinental, United States. Who knows? But the future is bright in the world of wrestling for Logan Paul. At the number 8 spot, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestling Kevin Owens in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. So, Kevin Owens did a lot of trash talking on the state of Texas. And I'm like, yeah, he's right. Texas, it sucks. No offense to any of my subscribers or anybody who's listening that's from Texas. For the most part, everyone in Texas is cool, except for the Dallas Cowboys fans and the entire city of Houston. Except for some people, like all the chopped and screwed people and the clutch guys. You guys are cool. Everybody else in Houston, especially the Astros, you all suck and I hate you very much. But Kevin Owens was doing a lot of trash talk on Stone Cold Steve Austin in Texas. Now, Stone Cold Steve Austin did cut a promo. He was never actually in the building. He did cut one promo from like a desert or whatever, which was really good and shows why Stone Cold is one of the absolute best to ever do it. But for the most part, Kevin Owens was pretty much carrying this feud by himself, pretty much picking on Stone Cold, picking on Texas, even dressed like Stone Cold on an episode of Raw, which was absolutely hilarious. So all this was leading up to the Kevin Owens show at WrestleMania, and we were believing that it was just going to be a segment and, you know, Stone Cold's going to hit him with a stunner, drink some beers, and take off. But what actually ended up happening was this led to an actual match, and this was the first time Stone Cold has wrestled in a ring in over 19 years. His last match was against The Rock at WrestleMania. So the fact that he's wrestling 19 years later against Kevin Owens and actually having a really good match, that's awesome. And of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin won. Like, you're not going to bring this man out of retirement in Texas to have him lose to Kevin Owens? Absolutely not. The match was fun. Stone Cold hit the stunner, drank a whole bunch of beers, rode off into the sunset, but he did come back for night 2 and then hit one of the worst stunners I've ever seen on Vince McMahon ever. That shit was absolute trash. Hot dog, doo-doo, water. It was horrible. It stinks. But it did lead us to a really cool moment between Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the main event at WrestleMania Night 1. Speaking of Vince McMahon, we have the number 7 spot, Triple H and the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, this will make sense further on into the video, but as we know, Triple H does have creative control over the WWE right now, right? So this happened around SummerSlam. Around the time of SummerSlam. So a lot of us that had no idea what to expect from Triple H. We have previous history of watching him book NXT, and for the most part, people really enjoyed Triple H running NXT. So a lot of us are very optimistic as to what he can do on the main roster, right? So this all kind of kicked off at SummerSlam, where Triple H brought back Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and of course returning Bayley, who was injured. And then this man put on the Infinity Gauntlet and snapped his fingers. He brought back so many people. He had to put on 2 Infinity Gauntlets. He brought back more people. He brought back Bray Wyatt, Hit Row, Karen Cross, Scarlett, Johnny Gargano, his wife, Dexter Lumis, Henry Cavill as Superman. He brought back so many people in such a short period of time. And it's like, yo. And the thing is, there's probably going to be more returns to come. So many people are probably going to come back. And you even have people looking at AEW like, yo, what are y'all doing over there? So I don't know what this is going to happen, what's going to happen as far as these returns. But as far as the returns go, it's been kind of split in half. Like, you have some pretty cool returns as far as Bray Wyatt and Damage Control, and even Braun Strowman, who's been really over since his return. On the other side, you have an act like Hit Row, who's been kind of struggling to get over, and they haven't really been making too much noise on the main roster. Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano have been doing this thing with The Miz for the longest time. It's kind of, at first it started off pretty entertaining, but then it's kind of like, okay, what are we doing here? So I don't know. I mean, I'm still very optimistic. I'm still giving it time. Like, it's still pretty early into the Triple H regime, so I'm still in the wait and see space, you know, giving it its time to, you know, manifest and see what happens going forward. But only time will tell. Speaking of only time telling, we have the number 7 spot going to not number 7. No, we have the number 6 spot going to the Rise of MJF. Now, this is a man who on AEW television has mentioned Triple H, who's mentioned Vince McMahon, who's mentioned Nick Khan, who's mentioned Bruce Pritchard on AEW television. He even cut a promo calling Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, a mark. MJF is so talented as far as blurring the lines between reality and what's storyline and what's real and what's fake. You really have a hard time knowing, like, okay, is this a part of the storyline? Is this how he really feels? We don't know what's real and what's fake. MJF cut a hellified promo on Tony Khan. Dude disappeared for like 3 months. Made his return at All Out. He won the Casino Battle Royal ladder match to get a title shot at against who we thought would be CM Punk, but ended up being Jon Moxley because, you know, things happen. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, man, MJF returned in Chicago, got a louder ovation in Chicago than CM Punk did, right? So eventually, MJF won the AEW Championship, beating Jon Moxley with the help of William Regal. And yeah, MJF is so talented. He's still in his early 20s. That's the thing. The dude is so amazing in the ring. He's amazing on the mic. He's a great character. And he keeps teasing the fact that the Great Bidding Award 2024, like, you don't know whether he's going to stay in AEW, where he's going to go to WWE, is he just going to quit wrestling altogether and go to Hollywood. We don't know what this man is going to do. But his ultimate plan is to use the AEW Championship to get as much money as he can in 2024. Honestly, I'm not even mad at it. I respect it. Get that money, young man, get that money. Speaking of money, we have the number 5 spot going to the Bloodline, the Undisputed Bloodline. Now, this year we've seen Roman Reigns become the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship, holding both titles. We've also seen the Usos become the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, holding the titles for both SmackDown and Raw. Longest rating Tag Team Champions. We've also seen Solo Sikoa. He was doing his thing on NXT. He won the NXT North American Championship, but he had to give that up due to shenanigans. But he's been absolutely killing it since coming over to the main roster and joining his family. But the true MVP of this faction is not Paul Heyman, not the Usos, not Solo, not even Roman Reigns, but it is damn Sami Zayn. Sami damn Zayn. This man went from wrestling the crew of Jackass at Wrestlemania to being the most over person in the entire WWE. I might even say all of wrestling right now. He got over the word Usi. He's got over a handshake he has with Jimmy. He is just absolutely hilarious. He is a character. He is doing the damn thing right now in his role with the Bloodline. He's like the most over person in the group. And a lot of people feel like eventually the Bloodline is going to turn on Sami, or something's going to happen with Sami where the Bloodline eventually kicks him out. And I feel like this is going to make me cry worse than the Festival of Friendship did. I'm not ready for it, but I know it's coming. I'm just preparing myself mentally for it. the day is gonna come where Jimmy's gonna look at Sammy and Sammy's gonna look at Jimmy, and Sammy's gonna look like he's gonna cry, and Jimmy's gonna be like, "I'm sorry, Goose," and super kick him in the face. And kids will cry, adults will cry, I'll cry, we'll cry together. But as of right now, I'm enjoying the absolute run that Sami Zayn and the entire Bloodline is going on. The absolute best thing in wrestling right now, not just WWE, but all wrestling as an entire whole. The number 4 spot goes to Sasha Banks and Naomi, dipping out of WWE. Sasha Banks and Naomi came together as a tag team. They won the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at Wrestlemania, and it was a pretty awesome moment because that was, I believe, Sasha Banks' first win at WrestleMania. I think she had, like, prior to this WrestleMania, she's had a losing streak. So it was really cool to see her finally win a match. Not only just win a match, but win the Women's Tag Team Championships with Naomi. And we thought, okay, I know, at least I thought that, okay, this is going to be the start of something cool. They're going to do something cool with the Women's Tag Team Championships. They're going to do something. And nothing really happened, right? I mean, Sasha Banks and Naomi were big stars. Like, you saw them, like, doing stuff outside of WWE, and they had the Women's Championships with them. But WWE never really did anything with them as tag team and as tag team champions, you know? So eventually this led to Sasha Banks and Naomi walking out of the company. It started off on an episode of Raw where the advertised match was supposed to be, I think, a 6-pack challenge where for the number 1 contendership to face Bianca Belair. And 2 of the participants in this match were Sasha Banks and Naomi. Now, word on the streets is Sasha Banks and Naomi wanted these 2 spots to go to somebody else, and they built up a feud for the tag team championships, which makes sense because they are the tag team champions. And people weren't seeing eye to eye. Sasha Banks and Naomi said, you know what, we're out. They left the tag team championships on Johnny Ace's desk, dipped out. And WWE, I mean, I don't want to say that they've never done anything like this before, because the same thing happened when Stone Cold dipped out, and that's what led to the whole phrase, took his ball and went home. WWE kind of did the same thing with Sasha Banks and Naomi, but in this case, they put out statements. They had Michael Cole kind of burying them on commentary, people on, like, different superstars burying them, and it was just really weird. It wasn't really a good look. I understand being upset because they left, but it really wasn't a good look, and it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Like, a lot of fans' mouths. A lot of fans were not feeling the way Sasha Banks and Naomi were treated, understandably so. So this just led to months and months of speculation from internet losers like myself. When is Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back? Are they gonna leave? What's happening? Are they high right now? Do they ever get nervous? What's going on? Meanwhile, Sasha Banks and Naomi, they're out here living their best lives, living it up on the red carpets, fashion shows, New York Fashion Weeks. Sasha Banks was filming another movie, star of one of the stars of The Mandalorian. Red carpets for Black Panther premieres. Meanwhile, we're ripping our hair out, losing our minds. When is Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back? And Raj Giri even reported that over the summer that Sasha Banks was worked out her release. And a lot of people didn't believe Raj Giri. But it was really later confirmed later in the year, like a few weeks ago, that Raj Giri was actually right. And furthermore, there is a lot of talks of Sasha Banks showing up at Wrestle Kingdom next month in January. Also, word on the streets is Sasha Banks may be All Elite. We don't know if this is actually true or not. We're still in the wait and see spot. But hey, I'm not gonna be mad either way. Sasha Banks in Japan. That's one of the places that Sasha Banks did say that she wanted to wrestle, was in Japan. Also, it would be pretty cool to see her in AEW. I mean, Sasha Banks is a legit star. Her and Naomi, like, whatever they do, wherever they show up, I'm happy either way. It's still unclear as to what Naomi's gonna do, like what her future holds, whether she's going back to WWE or whether she's gonna leave or not. I don't know, but I do support them. No matter what they do, no matter where they go, they will always have my support. And I'm ready to see what the future holds for these two. Number 3 spot goes to Adrenaline in My Soul. Where is Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes, of course, one of the EVPs, one of the people that helped build up AEW. And whenever you thought about people leaving AEW to go to WWE or go back to WWE or just leave in general, to me, Cody Rhodes never crossed my mind as a person that would leave. So it was extremely surprising when Cody Rhodes and Brandy ended up leaving AEW. And of course, people put on their conspiracy hats. Is it a work? Is it a shoot? Is it workity work? Is it a shooty McShoot? Is it happy joy? We don't know what's going on. So the speculation started running wild. Well, Cody Rhodes might be showing up in WWE. He may be wrestling at WrestleMania. We don't know what's going to happen. So when Seth Rollins was carrying on the feud by himself as to who he's going to wrestle at WrestleMania, who's his opponent going to be, rumors were running rampant as it being Cody Rhodes. And Seth Rollins really had to carry this feud by himself because Cody Rhodes didn't show up until WrestleMania. So he really did have to carry this feud by himself. And this really led to one of the best early feuds in WWE this year between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They had a good series of matches. Cody Rhodes won all 3 matches: the WrestleMania match, the WrestleMania Backlash rematch, and of course their legendary match at Hell in a Cell, in which Cody Rhodes wrestled with a torn freaking pec. Like, when he took his ring jacket off, the reaction of the crowd was just, what is happening? Because you could just feel the tension in the crowd. The entire crowd went silent. I've never seen or heard anything like that in wrestling ever. And him and Cody and Seth went on to have a great match. Another one of those match of the year's candidates. As of right now, Cody Rhodes is injured because, like I said, the dude has a torn pec. So hopefully he returns to Royal Rumble. Maybe he wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania, fights Roman Reigns. We don't know what's going to happen. But Cody Rhodes, man, and the crazy thing is, a lot of people felt that if Cody Rhodes did come back to WWE, they wouldn't use him right, they would bury him, they would make him Stardust again. And we've seen the exact opposite. They've really gotten behind Cody Rhodes. And the thing is, he still has his AEW theme. He still is the same AEW character, just in a WWE setting. And the crazy thing is, people were legit booing this man out of the building in AEW. He goes to WWE. Everyone loves him. It's crazy, right? So WWE is clearly setting Cody up to be a big star in the future. Can't wait to see him return. It's going to be crazy. Definitely one of those things I never thought I would see in wrestling. Speaking of things I never thought I would see in wrestling, this leads us to the number 2 spot, and that is CM Punk, the muffin that heard around the world. Now, of course, I'm talking about CM Punk and the legendary media scrum that happened after All Out. CM Punk made his return to the world of wrestling in AEW, and this was crazy. This was a big moment. This led to a lot of great moments in AEW. The dog collar match with MJF, him coming out to his Ring of Honor theme. Of course, him being a 2-time AEW champion. However, injury made both those title reigns very short. I think his combined title reign is like a week or so because the first time he hurt his foot, and then the second title reign, or the second time he won the title, I think he also tore his pec. He's out with injury. But of course, there was another reason we don't really see we haven't seen CM Punk on AEW television since All Out, and that is because of the media scrum in which CM Punk just proceeded to cook everybody. Colt Cabana, Hangman Adam Page, The Elite. It was just one of those things where, like, watching it, you didn't really know what was going on. You didn't know how to process exactly what CM Punk was saying. It was really venting his frustrations about the whole Colt Cabana situation, and then pretty much kind of sort of blaming the EVPs being The Elite. I mean, well, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks as EVPs, saying that they couldn't even run a target. Going off on Hangman Adam Page for a promo we cut leading into their championship match. It was crazy. So of course, CM Punk left the media scrum, went back to his locker room, and we still don't know 100% what happened. Some people are saying that the Young Bucks kicked the door down. Some people saying the Young Bucks walked in, and then CM Punk was just mad. And of course, this led to a backstage altercation between the Young Bucks and CM Punk. One person got hit with a steel chair. Kenny Omega got bit. I don't even know. Word on the streets is CM Punk's dog's teeth got knocked out. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get the full 100% honest story as to what happened. But this did lead to several suspensions from AEW, CM Punk, the Elite. Since then, we have seen the Elite return, and they are now, once again, the Trios Tag Team Champions. But we still don't know what's going on with CM Punk. I mean, we've seen him do commentary for MMA, but as far as him coming back to AEW, that's very much up in the air. And Tony Khan is keeping his lips very sealed, very tight as to whether or not CM Punk's coming back. Like, whenever he's asked about it, he just says, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. So I don't know if it's because of legal reasons or he just doesn't know exactly what's going to happen with CM Punk as far as his return, or is not him not returning. He doesn't know. We don't know. I don't know, man. But if this is CM Punk's final run in wrestling, it does suck that it has to end this way, because there was so much I wanted to see from CM Punk as far as his AEW run. So many feuds. A feud with him and Bryan Danielson would have been boss. A feud with him and Kenny Omega. That's something I really wanted to see. And then I'm still hoping that they can figure out a way to work this out so we can get at least one match between CM Punk and FTR taking on the Elite. That would just make my day. That would make me a happy camper. But who knows if we'll ever see that? Who knows if we'll ever see this man return in wrestling? Speaking of a man who we don't know if we'll ever see in wrestling again, this leads us to the number one moment, the number one crazy moment, the number one wild moment, the number one moment I never thought I would ever see happen. Vince McMahon retires from WWE. Now, this whole situation is wild. Now, the news broke that there were a whole bunch of allegations and accusations going up against Vince McMahon as far as sexual assaults and harassments, this, that, and the third. As far as what he had going on backstage with women, corporate or superstars or whatever the case may be. There's even a story about him at a massage parlor. I don't even want to get into that. But this, of course, led to Vince McMahon having to do the unthinkable, and that's step down from his role as WWE, as the man in WWE, the big dog, the man in the chair. Of course, he had to give up his power, or give up creative control, give up his role as CEO. Nick Khan and his daughter Stephanie are now co-CEOs, and Triple H is running creative, and he has some other roles he has as well. But yeah, man, this is the first time we've ever seen a WWE World Wrestling Entertainment machine run without Vince McMahon. And recently, news broke that Vince McMahon is kind of sort of interested in coming back, and nobody wants to see that. Absolutely nobody wants to see that. We're good, Vince. Enjoy retirement, man. You got off. I think everything's been dropped. Like, people are just trying to just move on. You move on too, Vince. You enjoy retirement. Play golf. Get a PlayStation 5. Get a dog. I don't know. Just do something that doesn't involve you coming back to WWE. We're good over here. We're good on this end. Stay retired, big dog. But yeah, man, we've seen Triple H take over. Like I said, he's brought back so many people that were released. We're seeing Shinsuke Nakamura wrestle with a great Muta. Carl Anderson is wrestling in New Japan and WWE at the same time. Like, these are things we definitely most likely would not see if Vince McMahon was still in charge. A lot of the things we're seeing right now, we would not see if Vince McMahon was still in charge. Not knocking his contributions to the world of wrestling, but Vince McMahon is up there. He's up in age right now. It's time for him just to, enjoy retirement, chill out, enjoy the fruits of his labor, enjoy the fact that he's not spending time in prison right now. You know what I'm saying? Just lay low, keep it low profile, man. Keep it G. Yeah, man. Whew. That is a mouthful. I'm absolutely tired from recapping these top 10 moments in wrestling from AEW, WWE, wrestling as a whole, man. And that was 2022. who knows what 2023 has in store for us, but only time will tell, man. With that being said, what do you guys think? What do you guys think the future holds? What has been your favorite moment from, as far, what's been your favorite wrestling moment from this year? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace. And Happy New Year.